Oh, well, I've worked with Wally for many films now. Since Memento, we've worked together. We have a very strong relationship. So really what you're looking for is somebody who listens, but has their own ideas and can execute. And so somebody who can work with autonomy and authority. If you have to step off set, they can keep moving the things forward, but who will listen to you and who will try their best to interpret what it is you want. But it's a very, very vital relationship. The relationship between the director and the DP is very important in production, particularly in terms of figuring out how to actually effect these things that I have in mind for the film.
Christopher Nolan and Wally Pfister's collaboration during the 2000s has shown to be one of the best director-cinematographer relationships in the new millennium. They have worked together on Nolan's second feature film in 2000 all the way up until the finale of the Dark Knight trilogy in 2012. During then, they have set a standard for what modern films should look like for the rest of the industry. Their tone of remaining grounded and realistic while showing off the grandiose displays is phenomenal. They aren't over the top with getting up close and personal with the action, rather, they are showing it unfold before us. The two complement each other in an unprecedented way. The works of these films that these two have created are truly a cinematic experience. Let's dive into the world of moving pictures that these two have created. The working relationship between them began with humble beginnings on the film Memento. Although the main star of this film is the editing, this would be where their style would begin to form. The gritty and grungy style would start to formulate in this dark thriller tale. A movie that helped along this development is his fifth feature picture, The Prestige.
Chris started showing me some of the wardrobe that people are going to wear, and then when we put it on camera, and what I've really loved is that it's all in this muted earth tone, darker tones that really help keep the mood of this picture.
Alongside the dark look, this film also kickstarted another stylistic trademark of Nolan and Pfister, which is the idea of a spectacle.
Magic. Real magic.
The Prestige is a film about magic tricks. Tricks to us are a spectacle, and it can only be known who can make them even more spectacular. This film stood back and gave us a whole view of the tricks, giving us the perspective of the audience in the film, who are in awe of the magic trick. He places us in a position of wonderment. These tricks are not only magic tricks, but are truly the magic that is film. Each scene is a magic trick in its own by getting its lighting and shots correctly positioned.
His sets always allow me to light them in a dark, moody fashion. The material that Chris writes, and the way he wants a picture to look, and the way I light, all sort of works together.
Nolan's Batman trilogy would be where these two styles would finally come together to create works of art. The dark city of Gotham, with the action pieces of each film, gives us a grounded and realistic superhero film. The cinematography makes the extraordinary idea of a superhero fighting villains into a realistic possibility.
So my pitch was, at the time, let's treat this with some sense of reality, more like not so much a comic book movie as an action film. Really the idea of an extraordinary character in an ordinary world. Rather than, what Tim had done was this very extraordinary world where Batman sort of made sense. We wanted to have kind of the Dick Donner treatment, where it's like you've got a relatively ordinary, recognizable reality and then this extraordinary figure.
This would be the first time that Nolan used IMAX cameras to enhance the cinematic experience, and he challenged his DP Pfister with this task.
Particularly in this film, I'd wanted to shoot in the IMAX format, to shoot our key action sequences that way, and that's something no one's ever done before, no DP has ever done before. So I think with every film I've tried to set Wally a big challenge, and the IMAX, for Wally particularly, it shifted the way he had to light things at night, for example. So the scenes we just looked at where the Joker's standing in the middle of the street, the truck flip and everything, he couldn't backlight those scenes because normally what he would have done is put the light just on top out of frame and put a backlight. It's a very elegant and practical way of lighting night scenes. So he had to come up with something completely different. He had to front light the buildings because the IMAX frame is so tall, there's no way to get the lights in from behind.
The height of their work in terms of spectacle has to be Inception. This film is the epitome of a cinematic experience. Nolan wants you to feel that you have entered a different world, and Pfister places you into it the way Nolan intended. With scenes such as the city bending or the cafe and streets exploding, there is no claim that the film doesn't look outstanding. These moments are breathtaking and mind-blowing, things that you could only imagine in a dream. But there is one scene in particular that will truly go down in cinema history.
The idea of using a centrifuge to manipulate gravity, it's been done on various films, most notably Kubrick's 2001. And I like the idea of repurposing that technology and really trying to choreograph an entire fight sequence and camera movement and all the rest. Really do something that could be completely in camera in a way that I hadn't seen before.
With any of the sets that required this movement, all the equipment had to be locked into the set. It either had to rotate with it if it made sense, or the set would rotate out of the light. So it did require a lot of planning on my part in order to determine what was going to happen with lights when the set moved and what was going to happen with the camera. Is the camera separate from the set, or is it actually rotating with the set?
I remember when I saw the footage from that scene, it really is stunning, and we did elect to play it in one shot, simply because our immediate response when you first see the footage is, it just doesn't look possible. It's very clever.
Although their partnership has come to an end, what they have done for cinema has not. Their contribution to the art will forever be remembered, and we will be eternally grateful for their work. Their films are movies that deserve to be seen on the big screen with amazing sound surrounding you. And who knows, maybe one day these two will come together and create something superior to what they have already done. Because these are the filmmakers we deserve, but not the ones we need right now.